All right. Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I guess I should start out with more like Happy New Year's, everyone. Hope everyone's had a great New Year's. Yeah, just here we are, Wednesday again. I'm sure many of you came in for the thumbnail, or maybe you guys came in for the topic. I don't know. We'll have to should probably do a vote on that and see, like, So let's see who we got here in chat for today's stream. Totally normal. Welcome in. Dee Dee, how's it going? Mike C, Chris Roll, White Raven, Orion, good seeing you. And looks like we may have some lurkers out there. I mean, Orion, you always know we're gonna have at least one or two or three or four, maybe five lurkers, but it's fine. We like lurkers. Welcome in. If you're new, I'm rycandoit. I am your live stream host for the evening, and yeah, I guess we'll kind of start out with a small little disclaimer that these opinions are opinions of my own and not any organizations, companies, or potential companies I may work with in the future. There, see, PSA. Gotta throw it in there, just in case. Lidlock, how's it going there, sir? Yeah, I figured for the live stream, I kind of wanted like you still exist. Well, that's good. I'm glad you exist too. So I wanted a little cool background for today's stream, and I figured there's got to be like somebody that makes like kind of like the 12 hours of Christmas kind of things, but maybe with like up like in a tower or something like that. So kind of came up with this, and yeah, Mr. 3D Printer Man. I like that name. Told everyone said you got the Goodwill Bose system. So the intro music was really bumping, I bet. That's awesome. Now he's a laser man. That's true. White Raven has officially upgraded to Laser Man. I think that needs to be his official title in chat now. Should just be Laser Man. So I guess let's take a how many of you came in for, or let's see, how can I rephrase this? How many of you came in for the image or the title? That's the question. Is it the image that drew you into tonight's stream, or is it the title? I mean, disabled and dangerous. A live stream of completely random topics. I mean, I have to say, if I'm at least going to pat myself on the back, the image I made was pretty hilarious. I mean, just in case of those that didn't see it, we'll pull it up here on screen. I just like, I don't even know what even happened with this. Like, it just was too funny to pass up, and went into Photoshop and edited out the made up text and put it in there. And yeah, I have no idea who that is, who that person is. We can pretend that that's Portland, and then we'll call it a day. That's about all I got. Anyways, that's today's artwork brought to you by AI. Yeah, it's been getting real creative. It's been real helpful making YouTube thumbnails. Like, if anybody out there that does YouTube, and if you're struggling to make thumbnails, like, I literally just put in disabled and dangerous, a live stream of complete random topics, and that's what showed up. So for some reason, AI thinks that's disabled and dangerous. I have no idea where that came from, and it's just more of a, I don't know, I guess more of a kind of a, I don't know, I thought it was funny. So I just kind of went with it. It doesn't really have anything to do with what we're really talking about, because it's just random topics. But I figured it would maybe draw some people in that are new to it and have maybe don't know what it is we're talking about today. And yeah. So typical stream near the end. I mean, yeah, something like that. We care for the ride. Yeah, everyone came for a ride. It's all good. You need a distraction today. Stream is great for that. Brain go burr. Oh, fog. Yeah, brain fog can be completely one of those dumb things that just totally will get you and throw you off. So, how was everyone's New Year's? Did everyone have a good one? Anyone do anything fun? Anyone go to any parties, outings, anything like that? I won't give you all the details of my New Year's, but let's just say it was medically not kosher. There was some potential medical issues that were not a good time. That luckily I was able to get through and things worked out. But yeah, that's why there was a delayed in playing Fortnite on Saturday. We had to postpone it to Sunday due to some medical issues. But like I said, things took care of themselves. I'm back to 100%. We don't gotta worry about that anymore. The 4-digit number has changed. Wait, what 4-digit number has changed? I need more information on this 4-digit number. You stayed home and watch stream. There you go. Yeah, and that's honestly what I did on that night. I just stayed home, stayed inside, did some just hanging out with fam, doing some snacks, keeping it pretty low key. That was kind of my 2023 into the first couple days of New Year, and too much fizzy drink for Lidlock. Okay, yeah, that can happen, especially on the holidays. You end up with too much fizz in the drink. 2023. Yes. That kind of feels weird. Like, here we are, the first live stream of 2023. It doesn't seem quite real that we're even, like, here in 2023. It's not something, I guess, I don't know. To me, it's just a weird number. Like, 2022 just kind of rolled off your tongue because it got, like, the 2 to 0 and the 2 2. But, like, 2023 is just kind of like, I don't know. That 3 kind of throws me off. I'm not a big fan. Double digits don't do you any good as well as diet right. That's good to go, Nidlock. So I figured we kind of talk about some different random topics, as chat always seems to direct conversation wherever it seems to go. She had 6 2-liter bottles. Wow, that's quite a bit there, sir. Orion said going to write a 2023 in binary this year. Oh, there you go. That's one way to do it. Meet the new year, same as the old year. Yeah, that makes sense. It's kind of just the same old, same old. So, I guess one of the things we can kind of talk about is, I guess we can kind of start out with what I've been up to recently, what's been going on the last week, since last week. And I have started the process of going around and doing door-to-door business, like local businesses, going door-to-door, talking to them to try to fundraise for the Power Soccer team. That's been quite an experience. I did manage to line up a local brewery to do a fundraiser night, which I'm super excited about. It's going to hopefully bring us in some, a decent amount. I'm excited to advertise for it and whatnot. And then one of the other places I was to go to is I went to a local Sherwin-Williams paint store. So I'm hoping that I'll follow back up with him tomorrow and see if I can get that. And honestly, the hardest part about going around doing all this fundraising is right now I don't have anybody in the afternoon to take me around to the different local businesses to go in there and be like, hey, I'm so-and-so trying to fundraise for a Power Soccer team. And that's honestly been the hardest part, is not being able to get out to all the local businesses and be able to do that. And it's also hard for me to kind of figure out, like, as I'm going through to these different, stores and restaurants, like, what would be a good fit for Power Soccer? Like, which company or organization would be something that, But I'm kind of like, well, maybe it just needs to happen in general. Maybe it just need to go in there. It doesn't matter what kind of restaurant, what kind of business it is. If they're interested and they're going to help us out, then they're going to. So that's what I've been up to this week, is getting that going, and then also finishing up an LED light project, which will be shared up hopefully for the next video. It'll be a new addition to the live stream, which will be fun. Lidlock is saying that your soccer place discontinued soccer. Oh, sorry to hear that, man. That's no good when people are going around canceling sports because of different reasons and whatnot. But I believe, a firm believer in that power wheelchair soccer is something that needs to be out there and continue to be supported and continue to grow, especially here in the Northwest. Like, we are literally the only competitive team in the Northwest, and that includes all the way to Idaho. Honestly, the closest teams we have to us is San Jose, California, or all the way to Vancouver, Canada. Like, that's kind of it as far as Pacific Northwest and soccer, which Yeah, hence why we're fundraising money to help cover the cost of our travel. Gas, food, hotel. It's very expensive to bring a competitive team of 8 players down to a different state because you got the equipment, you got extra wheelchairs, Hoyers. It's really hard to travel with 8 people and try to make all that work and make it cost effective. It's definitely a difficult thing, but something that we have started doing and it's working out really well so far. Things have been good with it. My Strike Force got all busted up when I tried to use it as a daily chair. Your chair made to smack around couldn't make a thing. Yeah, so the Strike Force chair, what Lilac was talking about trying to use as an everyday chair, is not something that you would want to use as an everyday chair. It's got zero suspension. It's probably got an inch ground clearance. I mean, if you're going down sidewalks or something, I mean, you'd probably end up, yeah, probably definitely destroying up the bottom of it quite a bit. Yeah, it'd be pretty well hosed at the end there, just being beat up. Just how low the Strike Force chair is. It's something that's just super low to the ground. Um, put spacers on the frame. Yeah, honestly, just a shopping cart X10. Yeah, I mean, the Strike Force chair is definitely not meant for that. Like, there's been times that Totally Normal and I have definitely fried some wheelchair wiring and motors just messing around with chairs. But I can't imagine trying to use a Strike Force chair as a daily driver. Every soccer practice, I'm always getting stuck on the entrance to the gym that we go into because I actually have less clearance than a Strike Force chair on my soccer chair, so it makes for a great time. Did you spin it up first? Yeah, just get that good spin going, get right over it. Oh well, I mean that's yeah. If you're doing that, that's like a little rough. It's probably not recommended to be doing that to people with that good luck. Probably not a good idea. So, does anybody have any new projects? So, like I said, I'm working on a LED light project that I'll be showing you guys at the next live stream. It's basically imagine I don't know. It's a large piece of aluminum, like 4 inches tall, 4 feet long, and it's got what's the word I'm looking for? A frosted acrylic panel on it with an LED strip, and um, I'm going to be using it to make some vinyl signage that's going to be basically in the background of every live stream, so people can interact with the sign and stuff and it should be really cool. I'm super excited to show off that project next week. So that's next week's video will be that. What has everyone else been up to? Does anybody have any new projects that they've started? White Raven, laser. Have you done anything lasering? Any new laser projects you have on the horizon? And what about you there, Totally Normal? What are you up to? Are you up to something I'm guessing is no good? Because I just received a video. I'm assuming, is this video for live stream or is this just a link? Nah, still waiting for help for basic tasks. Oh man, sorry to hear that. Do you want to what? I hear you, man. It's like with this LED light project was something that's supposed to be quick, but it's just until we get the actual help that we need, we can't do some of the basic tasks. So I understand. It'll get there, man. It takes time. Hard part's doing patience with that. So I have received a video file from Totally Normal. Give me just a second. And we will load it up. Looks like it made me buffer. Gotta love that. Oh man, this is gonna be great. I can tell already. Let's see here. Nope, can't show that. Hold on. Give me a second. I gotta switch some things around my screen here. Because, oops. Give me one more second. Having having too much information on my stream difficulties. Well, okay. Sorry about that. Looks like we probably missed some of that. And we probably missed some of the audio. Let me go ahead and switch over to desktop land. All right. Got to turn on desktop audio. Let me back this up. And message from our, I mean, it's not really, can't really say sponsor, just message from our friend. We'll go with that.
Welcome to the totally normal American flag and fish fillet keychain warehouse, where we have keychains with either fish fillets and or American flags or both. Yeah.
So there you go. There's the advertisement for the stream right there. There's your advertisement. Which on that note, I think we should throw in some advertisement links. You guys know how I like to do that. Just, you know, just for fun, just for the lulz here. Let's see if it works. And for your 3D printed knobs and any color you could ever want your knob in, visit whiteravenmobility.com for 3D printed knobs. And visit, I'm guessing, I don't know where those keychains are going to be available at, but for now, we'll put brokenwheelchairs.com for totally normal. Ah, he's going to have a web store set up by the weekend. There we go. That answers that. Orion said, your lighting and that background are spot on. Yeah, it did kind of work out pretty well, didn't it? Huh? Looks like the kind of the lights coming down on me and stuff. Yeah, I can't complain. It does look pretty good, and I like the view outside. I'm sure that's what it's like actually outside. So, Sming, welcome in, sir. Glad that you're here. The stupid spamming bots. Wait, we had spamming bots? I missed spamming bots? I must miss it. Didi is saying the Probial finally came out and finished up programming your chair the best they could. Problem is they changed controllers, but I think that they said they're going back. Didi, what did they change controllers for? Like a different joystick? And I'm glad that they finally got your programming done. I love Permobil for at least coming out there and doing that. Yes, White Raven, you're welcome there, sir. Gotta throw that stuff in there. They discovered your stream, Lidlock. Gotcha. Well, honestly, Lidlock, Stream Elements works really well. It's free, and it seems to do a pretty decent job of keeping them out of my live streams. I've been doing this now for almost a year. And, there's only been a few to just sneak through and ended up going on screen. But for the most part, it's pretty much blocks majority. Yeah, and Nightbot. Nightbot's also another good one as well. I mean, there's tons of bots for YouTube, Twitch, all that kind of thing. Dude was asking about custom stuff. Gotcha. Going to start with the channel stuff. That makes sense. I honestly, the fish sandwich and American flag, like, you can't beat that as far as, like, first items. Like, I think that's the way to do it. Like, those are, like, the first items you should always go with. The lazy approach and turn on subscriber mode only with on minimum subscription time is 60 seconds. Yeah, I mean, that's honestly another thing to do. To make it so only subscribers can do, which makes sense, because they need to be a subscriber in order to, do chat. So far, Stream Elements has done good, but like I said, there has been a few that have actually sneaked onto screen, showing spam. But for the most part, Stream Elements has blocked majority or all of them. If anybody else is working on any other projects that would like to share on stream, you can please hit me up on Twitter or Discord or any other social media that you might have or use. I probably have that. And it's at rycandoit. So easy to find, easy to add, all that good stuff. Permobil had to use a different controller because they couldn't get other ones during the shortage. Oh, interesting. So they gave you a whole different controller. Did you get like the real long one or something, DD? Or what kind of controller did they put on? Just curious. Those keychain tags with NFC slots to place a card. Interesting. Oh, the controllers look the same. Okay, so they just actually replaced it. Well, the good news is on the Promobile, most of all the programming is done on the main controller, not on the joystick. So, but at least I'm glad that. Oh, I'm sorry, they gave you a new controller, not a new joystick. Or is that what you're talking about? Joystick or controller? See, because I think of the controller as like the thing way in the back of the chair that does the actual like powers the whole chair with like batteries, those kind of connections. Yeah, NFC slots in there would be interesting instead of a keychain. Be kind of useful for like getting into doors, stuff like that. I'm sure that's something that could put into the works. And something I actually need to figure out. Is something that's on my 2023 list is to do merch and start out with like some hats, t-shirts, all that stuff. So it's on my list to yeah, start that process. So if anybody has any if anyone is watching that's done that before and has any good luck in getting anything like that, please let me know. Leave me a comment or a link to anywhere, just because it's something that I want to try to get started here soon. And also we'll have an online web store for it as well, because I think online stores are just the easiest way to do it instead of going through a third-party service if I don't have to. That's the goal, is to try to avoid that to keep costs down. Joystick. Okay, Didi, that's what I thought that you meant. Swing is saying F3 controller was responsive as my previous Q6. Feels like fly-by-wire comparatively. Swing, that might be something that might be able to be programmed in to make it a little bit more responsive. Most of the time, the default thing that they ship the chair with is like absolutely horrible as far as programming goes. Yeah, and the gyro. The gyro in those chairs does keep it from being as well. And it's not going to be like, definitely not as Q6 like fixed, but it's good. You could at least make it fixable, to an extent, to make it at least drivable and be a little bit better and not feel like it's a drive-by-wire. But I know what you mean. Especially if you get it where you're not getting traction, it definitely feels like a drive-by-wire situation in that chair. Hey, Rolling Thunder, welcome in, sir. Yeah, wheelchair programming is just one of those things that I feel like that it should be kind of like a requirement. When they could drop off the chairs, they should sit and work with each client that gets a new power chair and program it and adjust it to fit their driving style and what works for them. Like for somebody like me, I have my braking at least close to 100%. It's like maybe like 85 or 90%. So if I let go of the joystick, it's like full on like instant stop as hard as the chair can. And that's just the way I prefer my brakes. Not every person that drives F3 is going to want brakes like that. It's just I like having it that if I'm cruising 6.5 miles an hour, I want to know that I'm going to stop quickly. Does anybody have advice when it comes to getting mud off their tires? Yes. One of the best things for mud on wheelchair tires is just go. We might be able to get it at Harbor Freight. Just go to Harbor Freight or Lowe's or Home Depot, one of those places, and get the chemical weed sprayer, the pump up one. You can go through and pump up the weed sprayer, fill it up with water, pump it up, and that's a pretty little high pressure thing, and it goes around and works really well. Yeah, so pressure sprayer works well. Another thing that I always do when I get mud in my tires is I just go find wet grass and drive the power chair right through the wet grass, and it takes the mud right off the tires. Now, if it's like super, super wet grass, you're going to get more mud on your tires. But as long as you're just going in a straight line, going through wet grass, it cleans the tires very well. I do that on a regular basis outside my own house just to get things clean. Speaking of saying that your DME is going to help you dial it in. Awesome, dude. You have to let us know how that goes. Totally normal saying he's got this Invacare TDX SP2 he has there, playing around with it in a wet parking lot yesterday. And holy cow, the gyro isn't even detectable. I've got that thing tuned up way too rowdy. I'm sure there's some videos of you doing donuts in the rain. It kind of reminds me of the old C300 Permobile that didn't have a gyro. Like, that thing could do, like, circle donuts like you wouldn't believe. You could leave, like, perfect figure eights on the ground. It was fun. Very dangerous, but it was fun. back on the old C300. Only things that it does, it keeps you out of skids and spins. Other than that, you don't know it's there. Oh, so you didn't even allow you to spin it all. Interesting. Rolling Thunder uses a totally normal method sprayer. You should honestly sell that. You should have like a totally normal like weed sprayer. I'm just saying. I think that would be an epic yeah, that would be kind of an epic thing to have that. I could totally say a totally normal method sprayer. Right? Just all you gotta do is just slap the sticker on there, say what it's for. People will like buy it like hotcakes, man. Do a couple of demonstration videos. There's your free marketing idea of the day there, totally normal. You get one per day. Actually, no, maybe one per month. Totally normal labeled coffee. I would buy it because you know it's gonna be super strong if it's like anything for cold brew. Uh-oh, I have a feeling it'll be an incoming video of that Lidlock. I'll be waiting for it. C500 does donuts. Yeah, C500 could definitely do donuts for sure. I feel like for totally normal coffee is like his like thing. I feel like for me it's kind of like tea and water, pretty much. I guess, okay, I take that back. The last stream there was beer involved, so technically beer too. Oh, it's on your channel. Gotcha. Bounder roast. That's true. Just like real, like the, yeah, I could see that. It happened yesterday, so I let it dry overnight, so it's pretty dry, but unfortunately I don't have a sprayer. I might just have to use paper towels, but I don't know. If it's already dry, just taking like your regular broom, like works well. Just have somebody like basically stand in front of you with the broom, you drive forward and have them sweep back and forth across the tire. If it's already dry, and it'll take the mud right off. Especially if it's already caked in. Ryan saying if you live in my area with clay mud, pull into the house on cardboard and use a screwdriver and line by line remove the mud manually. Only way to get it. Oh yeah, if it's clay mud, yeah, that's like almost impossible. Hey there, Thompson Rich. How's it going? Glad you're here. We're having a discussion of how to get mud off of wheelchair tires, and now it looks like we've gone into poop discussion as well. So it's always good to know how to make that happen. And it looks like we have a viewer video of some safety. I don't know, how do we always end up on safety? I feel like every stream, there's at least one point in time in our conversation we bring up like wheelchair safety. I don't know what it is with you guys in safety. It's has me a little concerned. Not able to sleep 4 a.m. Oh man. Sorry to hear that. There's nothing worse than not being able to sleep. Alright, let me open up this video. Yeah, let me preview this, make sure it's safe. Kind of do a small little preview. Make sure that is muted. There we go. That looks super dangerous, Lidlock. Okay, it's safe. It's quite dangerous, but it's safe. All right, let me switch over to desktop here. That looks so sketch. Oh, different pavement. Oh, that even looks even more dangerous. Love the sound effects. Oh, Lidlock, that looks crazy, sir. I'm so glad that you're able to go and get some donuts in there. That's awesome. Yeah, way to be making safety happen on that one. Um, yeah, Sming, that's pretty bad, dude. Nothing worse than getting into like goose poop. That's horrible. Dog is way worse than goose. I mean, look, crap in general is pretty bad. That's just bad in general. Um, I saw a video of this helicopter tour company installed a wheelchair lift in one helicopter so somebody in a wheelchair could sit in a helicopter in their chair. Dude, that's awesome. Do you remember where you saw that at? Let's see if we can find that and show people. That's pretty cool. I think I think we're talking about it had like a little hoist to lift up a manual wheelchair, if I remember. Orion says it's just my southern roots, or does anyone else read his nickname as big and rich? Oh, Orion. I'm looking for cables to make a charger for my chair. I had ventilation devices installed, but they looking for cables to make a charger. Are you not able to use a regular charger? I got super sick from that. Yeah, I could imagine you would get sick from that, dude. It's like some serious like spin cycles. Oh, sweet. Thank you for the link there. Will, let me I'll wait to see what you're typing there before I put on stream. But this is a video from Zach Collier. And he went on, I guess he was able to get on a helicopter that had was able to get him up inside the helicopter. Then make sure it's all good. Make sure it's gotta get past all the ads anyways. You guys don't want to see ads, do you? I mean, maybe you do, but I don't think you do. Let's see if I can get to the part where there's a helicopter. Was it towards the end there, Will? Or is it where is it located, sir? If you want to, oh, there it is. Found it. All right, I'm going to put it on screen here. Let's take a look at how they're getting this guy on the chopper. To the chopper. Wheelchair lift to get me into the chopper. So it doesn't look like any type of modifications at all, but maybe he's sitting on something different. It's really hard to tell in the video. Oh, so it looks like a... I see. It was like on a track system. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. It looks like it was just like the standard kind of track system you would find on a vehicle seat. Is what it kind of looked like to me. That's really cool. Oops, wrong scene. There we go. That's awesome. Did anybody else kind of catch what it was? What it kind of looked like? To me, that's what it looked like. Looked like it was some sort of like ramp kind of thing. Let's see. I want them connected to the chair, but got delivered the phone style chargers. But to connect those every night is a pain. I forget. Ah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I'm not really the yeah, electrical person. That'd be more of a totally normal question on those ones. Use a USB 3 amp feed to charge. What if you could just install? Oh no, that'd be too much if it's 3 amps. You can't use a regular permobil like USB like thing, because those are only good for like 1.5 amps if I think correctly, if I remember. Look like one of those regular transfers. Yeah, it kind of looked like a transfer seat to like a car you'd get into. That's really awesome. Will, thanks for finding that and sharing that, dude. I have been in a helicopter before, and it did not have that type of uh, lift at all. And I was literally like stuck uh, underneath, like the basically kind of like the I don't know, like right underneath the shaft area where the rotor was. And then I got pushed over to the edge because I couldn't really fit underneath there, and it was fun, but it was definitely I don't know. It was in Sedona, and it was in a helicopter. Didn't have any doors. It was quite the interesting time. Let me see if I can find a photo of that. Has anybody else in chat ever been in a helicopter before? I'm sure you guys have before. But you can't really see. But right behind my head is like the bottom half of the whatever you call it, the rotor shaft is right there, and I can't like bring my head any more to the middle, or else I end up smacking my head on there. But to get me in there, like it took like 4 people to lift me up in my sling just to get me up inside the helicopter. It was quite the yeah, it was quite the adventure to get me in there, but it was fun. It was worth it. I really enjoyed it. It's something that I've always wanted to, I don't know, do, and it was really cool because it didn't have any doors on it. So we were up at like 8,000 feet, no doors, wind blowing through. It was pretty fun. I sent you a link through Discord, helicopter tour. Yep, thank you. Under the copter by rope. Yeah, I don't think I would be able to handle that. That's awesome. Were you doing logging, Orion? Chinook style swinging cargo. Tom Search, yes, I've been in helicopters, but at that point I could still walk. Okay, okay. Yeah, Mike C's been in a helicopter with no doors. Yeah, it's just a different kind of experience being up in the air, and all of a sudden the wind blows, and then you can just feel the air like rush through the helicopter in the air. Um, Joshua said he has as well. His brother's a pilot. Awesome. Yeah, I think a helicopter is definitely an experience that if there's somebody here in chat that hasn't tried it before, like I suggest you try it if you physically feel like you're able to keep yourself up at all. Um, oh, I kept waiting to see you say you're under a copter rope just swinging. No, all right, I wasn't hanging from the copper or the chopper via rope. That's what I did say. The copper, the chopper via the rope. That did not happen. That's awesome that a lot of you have all had experience being in that. That's good times. I have to say, like the helicopter experience and then being in a race car within like in between like those same like I think it was like the year before. Those are like the two fun highlights I think I've done, and I was already pretty weak with my muscular dystrophy at that point in time, and I don't have any video of it, and I wish I did of me inside. But just imagine like I think it was like a C5 Corvette, all tricked out, and going around this racetrack, and I was literally had a helmet on, neck brace, and my head was stuck against the window like this, just smiling and laughing the whole entire time because the G forces were so strong, I couldn't keep myself upright. Like luckily, all the track turns were all like one direction because I could not keep my head off of the window, which is probably a little bit more dangerous, but it was a lot of fun. Um, I have to. While in the military, I was a medevac nurse. Oh yeah, DD, I forgot that you'd have lots of chopper time. Ryan used to fly a 2-seater play Cessna with my best friend. That's really cool. I have not really been in any small. I was in what do you call that? A turboprop. Like some of like the like smaller air like the airlines will use that for their smaller planes. Like they call for what it's called puddle jumpers. I was on a turboprop. That's kind of the smallest plane I've ever been in, and that was like United Airlines. But I haven't really been in anything smaller than that before. I've always wanted to. Will Sigan took a ride in NASCAR before as part of a fan experience when I drive around the track. That was incredibly fun. Yeah, I think being in a race car like around track is so much fun, but man, the G-forces are crazy. I think I would really love to get like a ride in a drift car, but I think the G-forces might be a little too much for me. If I could barely handle a race car like 8 years ago with how weak I am now, I don't think it would be a good idea. It'd be funny. It'd probably be a really good, like, we'd have to really strap me in really good, but I don't know. I've always wanted to be able to do a drift car right along. I think that'd be a lot of fun. If I had to choose anything I'd like to still do, that would be it. Well, there's more than that, but at least vehicle related. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, drift car with a neck brace strapped to a 6 point. Yeah, that would probably be enough to keep me safe. It's really just my neck. Like, I just don't have any like neck strength at all. Um, but yeah, I think I'd be safe enough. Maybe I just need to find somebody who's willing enough to strap me in and see how it goes. I always wanted to experience weightlessness. That would be a lot of fun as well, especially going up in the airplane and be able to drop down, just float in the air. That would be really cool. I feel like it would kind of be like a saltwater swimming pool, but like extreme. That's like I feel like the closest weightlessness I got is the old saltwater swimming pool out in Arizona. But yeah, I think that'd be really fun to be able to be weightless. This is kind of feel what that feels like, you know? Has anybody ever done the oh gosh, what do you call it? What's that thing where it's like the indoor skydiving? Has anybody ever tried that? I always thought it'd be kind of interesting to go and do that, but I don't feel like I said, I don't have enough core strength or anything to do that. But I've seen a few other YouTubers that are manual chair users that have gone and done that, and it looks like a quite an experience and kind of a different way of getting weightlessness in a way. It's not really the same because you're basically being pushed up by air, but Orion said drove a NASCAR in Nashville track at 160. You followed another lead car and a few Audis until they had faith in you or allowed to run one 10-lap run as fast as the car with the red light. Wow. That's awesome to be able to drive it like that. That's so cool. Yeah, those fan tunnels. Yeah, exactly. The fan tunnels is what I was talking about. I know Stephen Hawking actually got to experience zero gravity and a zero gravity simulation. That would be really interesting, especially for those individuals who can't get out of chairs. Yeah, or those that have been in their chairs like their whole lives to feel that experience of being like, yeah, that'd be really awesome. Do you remember, Will, how Stephen Hawking was able to do that? I know you said it was a simulation. Was it like one of those like wind turbine things? Totally never said Jacob is our resident sky. Oh, I did forgot. Jacob did do skydiving. Yeah, totally normal. And I know people that do skydiving, and have done it multiple times. He's a crazy wheeler. You guys would all like him. I mean that in a good way. Crazy in a good way. Um, for them to experience being with yeah, no, that makes total sense. Rye, I was going to, but the company said no way. They said you need good core muscles. Oh man. I think it was actually something that NASA partnered up with him for. It's an online field of the line. Okay. Hawkins did it, the jet thing. Okay. They had them redline max out at 160 per lap mark. I basically got to drive as fast as I could drive it. Dude, Orion, that's having a lot of like awesome faith in you, like in a good way, like good faith. Like that's to be cruising like at 160 miles an hour after getting a few laps under your belt. That's awesome. There's a wheelchair skydiving team I heard of, but back it'd be damaged if I tried that. Yeah, same here. My back would I would not tolerate that at all. But that's a wheelchair skydiving team. That's really awesome. All right, let me see if I can find the video of the Stephen Hawking weightlessness. Let's see if we can find that at all. We might be able to. It's amazing what you can find on the internet these days just by doing a quick Google search. Let's see. All right. Let's see. See if I can find a video of it that's not. I found a video, but it doesn't show him uh getting like let me see if I can find a better video. I want to try to find a video of him where it's actually like maybe shows him getting ready to do it and what they had to do. We gotta find a let's see if I can find here. All right. I'm gonna keep it muted just because there might be copyright music situation. But here he is. Rotate him around like he's just laughing, having a good time. That looked like he's having a real good. that he's just like kind of just chilling.
Minutes.
I'm gonna read.
Superman for those few minutes.
He said he was Superman for those few minutes. That's really cool. Don't want to have the music copyright strike. That's really cool. That's really awesome that they were able to get that, you know, and for him to be able to do that. That's awesome. Let's see. Totally normal. Still looking for a skydiving video. Let's see. Where did I mess up here on chat? It's about 1 year into the muscular dystrophy for me. It gets really bad. Oh, once a year. Been super weak. Oh, sorry to hear that, man. For me, I think it's definitely the. For me, I feel like muscular dystrophy for me is the worst in the winter time. Like winter is the worst. I don't know why, but that one just seems to be where it's the roughest. I wanted to power paraglide using the trike for many years. I just have to figure out how to steer with the feet part. Ooh, that'd be really fun. Let's see. This is in the puke plane. It does parabolic climbs and dives. Oh yeah, 'cause that's how they get to weightlessness, right? They go up and then they dive down really quick, and that's how they get to weightlessness. Yeah, I think that would make me probably pretty sick quickly. My MS systems are much worse at higher temperatures. And speaking of saying winter is worse. Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on White Raven on that one. The winter's like totally terrible and bad. Like the spring, we kind of thaw out. For me, it's just I've gotten older. It's just the for me, it's like the getting older now, and you know, my 40s, is the arthritis. Like that part in the wintertime's been like brutal here. It's just so damp here in Portland when it rains, and it's just rain and cold. And it's not even that cold. I mean, we're only like what 40, 44, so it's not super cold, but it's enough cold where it's just that dampness really gets to me. I wish hand cycles weren't so expensive. I've always wanted to bike. Yeah, well, that's something else too. You could also, I mean, I know that there is some newer fundraising that's going out. Fundraising, sorry. There's some newer grants and stuff that are out there for people that are wanting to try to get into and get one of those kind of bikes. So maybe something maybe to look into still again. Let me pull up this photo of Jacob for you guys to see. He is a C6, C7 quad. It's just a photo. I don't have the video, but that's okay. I was able to see that he's out there. And I'm pretty sure, if I remember when I saw this video of Jacob, I'm pretty sure they took his legs and they duct taped him to the guy that was jumping with him. I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's how they got him to keep his legs and stuff, was with duct tape. was just to keep his legs from going everywhere. Um, let's see. DD, I know you're saying your symptoms are much worse at a higher temperature. DD, what is like your limit on temperature? Like 75, 65, 80? Or does it kind of depend on the sun? And does anybody ever have any of that weird things where like your fingers like turn white because of like lack of circulation in the wintertime? Did anybody ever have that happen before? It happened to me a lot in Seattle. Luckily, it doesn't happen to me that much here because I'm not outside in the cold. But if I were to be, my fingers would turn very white because they would not end up with enough circulation. Ludlock has got fascio swollen. I'm gonna have to Google that. That's a. I know you meant to have that as a big word, right? Oh wow! I just realized that there is a Walmart ad going on. Hold on, we're gonna have to switch to desktop. Get past the ad. I don't know how that happened. You gotta love ads. I did not expect there to be an ad. See if we can switch back. There we go. Oh, that was priceless. Luckily I had it muted, but still, there's nothing like coming back and you got like that an ad going on. That was great. That was good. All right. I know, free advert. Okay, I get it. Oh, that's what I get for using that background. Let's see, where was I? Cold hurts and summer makes me feel nerve buzzing. Ooh, yeah. That's not fun to get the nerves going. For me, October till February, the worst, I think, but all sensory inputs can cause issues, so it's difficult to pinpoint. I gotcha. Hand cycles seem to be also about automatic dyslexia, and I'm too weak. Yeah. I mean, yeah, if you got to be able to have like the ability to do it, yeah, for sure. Oh wait, I just noticed. That's hilarious. I'm in a different. Oh man, that's. I just noticed the backdrop change too. Oh, this stream is full of surprises. Um, they tested a new harness that holds legs for wheelchair users. Interesting. That's so. Was that in that picture totally normal? Was he on that in that new harness? I keep my thermostat at 70 for the AC. Heat is set to 64 when I actually use it. Okay, so you keep it between like 64 and 70. Okay. Yeah, I don't know where the stream's trying to go with that there either. All right, I'll get that fixed here in a minute. Um, I only use heat when themselves are below freezing though. Okay, that makes sense. I don't know. We can blame YouTube. I have like a YouTube background, and that's what I get for using something on YouTube. It's just kind of the way it goes. Um, I have been thinking about getting a new job as a detailer with superior van and mobility wheelchair van. Yeah, for sure. That'd be kind of a fun job, dude. You should definitely do that. Especially you get a chance to kind of check all the different, get into all the vehicles. That's true. You can get in there and be able to get to all the spots. We're all in the bedroom now. All right, I get it. The bedroom thing. I get it. All right, I'll find a new background. Yeah, when the temperature is below freezing is when you're putting on the heat. Got it. So other than that, you're not really putting on the temperature. That makes sense. So for me, I'm basically cooled anything below like 70 degrees. Has to be between like 70 and like 74 for me to be warm. Or I gotta have lots of layers on. Or else I just do not function at all. Let me see if I can find a new background now since I've completely ruined the background for the day. Now since to switch to a bedroom scene, which is just not, I don't even know how that happened. I guess I probably had one of those ones that wasn't maybe it wasn't long enough. That's what I'm gonna maybe go with. So we need to find one that's less, I don't know, less romancy. Something like that. Is that the right word? All right. All right. I think I found one that should hopefully get us through the rest of the the rest of the stream without it changing. Let's see. Do I dare change this in the middle of a live stream? That's kind of asking for problems. I mean, this is working, but I understand the location's gotta, you know, is not desirable. All right. Quick. We have more ads. Ads are gone. Ads already on mute. There we go. Okay, there. Now we're in a much better spot. Everyone should be happy now. All right, back to chat. I've been thinking about getting into, okay, yeah, I got your job thing. Yeah, you definitely should apply for that. When I do go out in the warmer months, I wear an ice vest, about 2.5 hours good. Nice. Does that work well for you? I've heard of people wearing ice vest and doing that in December for those that can't like regulate temperature and stuff. But that's pretty good. 2.5 hours to be able to be out in the heat and it's not affecting you. That's really good. That's at least good to get like a good hike in or something, or a grocery store run or anything like that. So I know we've been talking about cold weather, and I know that we're gonna have warm weather. I know something we were talking about at one point in time was like would be like a great place to go and have like a, I don't know, maybe like a fun wheelchair meetup of some sort. I don't know, like I don't even know what we'd even call it. It's like some sort of gathering of different people all in one spot that'd be warm. And that's the hard spot, is like finding a spot that's warm but not too hot, so people aren't like, the heat's not like brutal. But it also finding a place that has enough accessibility to accommodate, everyone's wide range of disabilities and needs. And that's like I was kind of thinking about over the last couple of weeks, like where is there in the United States that's like a good wheelchair rally, as Ming put it. I was gonna call it like a totally normal convention. I mean, that's probably trademark, so I can't use that, but something along the lines of that. And I think it'd be interesting to kind of figure out, is everybody like, where's a place that's not too hot, but not too cold, and it's just right and provides great accessibility for everyone. I feel like that's a real tough thing to kind of narrow in. Cooling vests are awesome. They make those ones based on animal fat, so they're not super cold for frostbite. Interesting. Yeah, I wonder if they're super heavy. Yeah, if it's, that's the thing. I feel like that would be like, if it's like frozen or whatever, like iced up, it'd be really heavy. For the ice vest, we're talking about there. Scottsdale. Yeah, I don't think that's the place that everyone would want to go, and not known for their. I mean, listen, they have accessibility there, but not known for like super duper accessibility. A temperature controlled dome. That would be interesting. But it would also have to be some sort of like hotel, something or another, especially if you're doing a rally of some sort and gathering a bunch of people together. It's got to be like a place for them to be able to stay too. That's the hard part, like lodging, accessible transportation. And I don't know, I can't think, there may think of any cities that like check all those boxes. I mean, most major cities are going to have rentable, accessible vans, but yeah, I mean, it's got to be kind of a huge, not like huge, but it's got to be a place that could accommodate lots of different things, lots of different peoples and chairs. Some people need Hoyers, some people don't. Like, just to have that whole variety covered. Just curious if any of the viewers ever thought of any cities or anything that they would think would be like, yeah, that'd be a really good city. Maybe Chicago in the dead of winter. Apologize to anyone that's in Chicago. I just know it's really cold there right now. I used to live in Ohio, so I can tell you that the temperatures in the Midwest in the winter, we definitely have our fair share of snow and cold. So very familiar with how cold it gets. Maybe I was thinking like maybe somewhere like in California, but then I feel like there's just like I feel like any like major city is gonna have the expense of renting a van. That gets expensive at $125 a day. White Raven's ready to go take the Amtrak somewhere. I don't know, dude. We checked out those accessible train cars. I don't know, was that last week or the week before? And that they were not looking the most. I mean, they work depending on what your needs are, but I don't know. Yeah, I figured some people might take train, planes, automobiles, that kind of thing. But just trying to find that right exact spot that we could all go to and have our wheelchair rally. Back home here a week ago, it was negative 32. Yeah. No, that's too cold. White Ravens are just gonna chill in your chair. Yeah, I guess you just chill out in your chair, tilt back, relax. You know, get on your laptop, maybe, design some new knobs. I mean, that's what you're gonna do on a train. That sounds like a good time. I like how we went from weather to that. It's a good little change of conversation. But I do like that everyone chimed in when it came to the cold weather. That just shows how important of a topic that is and how much the cold weather can really affect all of us, and the heat too. Not just the cold. I mean, just weather in general. How much of an effect it has on each and every one of us so differently. It's just. I considered a trip to Portland. Road trip. All right, White Raven. There's your answer. It's all going to be in Portland. So totally normal, and I don't have to go anywhere. No, just kidding. Yeah, you should come on down, Sming. The weather's a nice 44 degrees. Maybe that would be the trick. But see, we gotta get like a we'd have to rent like an accessible bus or something, so that way nobody have to. If anybody flew in or took the train, that way they could all be like picked up and not have to worry about transportation because it's expensive. You'll take a train to Portland? I mean, that's downtown, good luck. I mean, we could try to stay out of downtown. I'm not even gonna read that comment out loud. You guys are gonna see it for yourselves. It's a real news thing that actually happened. So I can't laugh about it because it's really serious and it's not an okay situation. But man, freaking Portland. Like yeah. No. The sun's here a lot more than 3 days. Nice try. No, it's definitely a lot more than 3 days. I'd say we have, like, compared to when I live in Seattle, we have more days of sun here than we do, like, than what Seattle does. Like, tons of, a lot more sun. So I'd say I don't know how many days of the year we have, but a lot more than 3. I can tell you that. I know you know. Just say it. Like, I get all defensive over the weather. No, I'll tell you the weather. I'll take a train to Portland. It takes about 3 days. Yeah, 3 days. We can probably end up on some train at some point with luck. You guys probably would be on the same train. And for those that, wanted to fly, we could do something with flying too. I don't know. I was thinking just something to figure out if possible. I think it'd be kind of fun. I don't know what we would call it. Some sort of convention. We need like some sort of convention excuse. But the thing is that there's no like, what's that called? Like the Ability Expo. It never comes to Portland. They never do Portland or Seattle. Like there's nothing. Like, I think the closest like Abilities Expo, which I think would be kind of cool to have like a meetup at the Abilities Expo because obviously it'd be beneficial to be at the Abilities Expo. But I think the closest one is like LA. That's something else I thought of. Like, well, that'd be kind of cool if we all did like a meetup at the Abilities Expo. But just because it's already kind of pre-existing and has things. But Portland Retro Gaming Expo. There you go. That's true. I guess that's a group that gathers. We can tie it into to kind of give it a name. Yeah, zombies are real in Portland. Yes, that's a true statement. Yeah, I think has anybody in chat? I think Dee Dee's been to one. Everybody else been to an Abilities Expo? Everybody check one out. Been to one? Yeah, I feel like that the Abilities Expo is kind of like the all-in-one thing to go and check out. You sleep in Dan's warehouse among the stuff. Temperatures are a little chilly there at night, White Raven. I don't know about that. Might be a little chilly. Sping's never been. You've been to 3 different expos. Wow, that's. Chris went to the Abilities Expo in Chicago. It was a great experience. Okay. This place is cold. Yeah, and totally normal is at that place right now. So for sure. We all get our own cargo bays and a bus. Now I'd like to see that. That would be. I mean, I guess technically there could be some heat pump down there. What would you say, Dee Dee or Chris, was like the best part of that experience? Of those expos? Like what was like the thing to maybe like, yes, this was like the best thing about the expo? Was it the vendors or was it meeting like other fellow wheelers, that kind of thing? Because I'm sure if like word got out that there was some sort of like we'll call it the wheelers meetup or something like that, then I'm sure a lot of people would want to like be, jump in and would want to like have a, I don't know, make up a convention and all that. Well, I mean, we keep switching camera angles. So yeah, I got like, it looks like I'm in a nice skyline city area, but that's a good one though, Sming. I like that with the different rooms. Hey, at least this one's got a fireplace. You could probably, I'm pretty small. I could probably comfortably sleep in a luggage bay. That's funny. Um, Chris said he went to in Detroit for you. It was all about the vendors. Okay. Yeah, and I think the vendors is also good because it gives you an experience to like kind of check out what's new and improved. Um, yeah, I don't think we have anything coming up major important. We have the International Auto Show coming up next month. And then I also think I did see that the what is it? It's there's like the veterans wheelchair games is coming to Portland in July, I believe, is what I saw, which I thought was really awesome. It's something that they had scheduled prior to the situation and have now rescheduled it to this year. So that's super exciting that that's happening. Because I was actually looking around the Portland area as far as events and things that are coming up that we could set up a booth at for Power Soccer to do fundraising. So it's been something that's been on my mind, trying to figure out what's happening in Portland. The good, the bad, and ugly. Including avoiding the zombies, staying out of downtown. I'm pretty sure they arrested that zombie, by the way. We could all go to Comic-Con and cosplay as Dr. Xavier. Sming, I love it. That's awesome, dude. For sure. I think that'd be fun. Or honestly, you could just hang out on one of our wheelchair hikes that we do down here, and we all plan on wearing orange jumpsuits one time just to go out on a hike and see how long that takes for something to happen. Just for fun. Both 2 of them had vendors that had more products for daily needs. The other was more except for auto, big stuff, chairs, beds, stuff like that. Okay, so for both Dee Dee and Chris, they say for them, the whole thing that they really loved about it was the vendors. The vendors is where it was at. That's awesome. I just really wish they would come here. Someone went to a local beach here and found a washed up brain. Oh, nice, Lidlock. That's the news headlines never cease to amaze me. One could be the captain from Star Trek, Pike. Yeah, that's true. We could have a variety of different outfits and things. That's a good idea. And abilities expo. Yeah, I just wish they used to have like a really small, like kind of version of that here, but yeah, I'm always so disappointed that they never came to Portland. I feel like it'd be really big here. There's a lot of companies, a lot of organizations that do adaptive sports, like the one that I am a part of. It just would be, I don't know. Let's see if they're coming out this way. Looks like it's going to be in LA, obviously. Oh, I did see something that said Phoenix. So there is that. So our choices are LA, New York in May, Chicago in June, which I say Chicago is a very beautiful city, by the way. Houston, which I will refuse to go back there. It's not a place I want to go back to. Dallas, in December 1st through the 3rd in Dallas. And then Phoenix, September 8th and 10th. And then Fort Lauderdale, October 13th, 15th. I mean, September in Phoenix isn't bad, temperature-wise. Or Fort Lauderdale, which Florida's going to be very, I feel like, kind of, yeah. So that's kind of our options. LA in March, which I probably would not be able to do it all. Maybe September is the only option I see that's something to be even possible. Or Chicago in June. I think we'd be done with Power Soccer by then. I wanted last year to go to the Abilities Expo of my country, but felt way too bad to go. Oh, man. Well, hopefully you'll be feeling better this year, be able to go. I vote LA, it's drivable. True. LA is drivable. Lidlock is Chicago. Ryan says Chicago. Don't come to Houston. Not in August, especially. 6.5 hours. I mean, LA, I think, is going to be far for everyone. I don't think there's any of us that are in California, in chat at least. There may be some other viewers that are here that are in Cali, but I don't think there is anybody. But it could be somebody from there. Man, it's not going to be another 12-hour drive. Totally normal again. Feel like we just did that. Trying to avoid those kind of drives. A wheelchair people convoy would be the fun part. Yeah, it's very fun, especially if you end up getting a large group of people together in any type of accessible equipment in one area. It definitely creates a scene, but in a good way. At our last one here, there was a group that does a lot of streaming for and by people in wheelchairs. Yeah, can't think of it. Live to Roll? Is that their name? I know what you're talking about. I see them on Instagram and other social media and stuff all the time. Yes, okay, that's the name of the place. Okay, that's our name of the live stream people. Only 6,500 miles to LA. Yeah, that's close. They live stream a bit. All right, I'll have to maybe check out some more of their live streams. I have not seen any of their. I've like came across their live streams, but I don't think I've actually like sat and watched one of their live streams. So I'll have to add it into my list to add in for during the weekday entertainment. Something that when I'm having lunch or something, I can put that on in the background and have a listen to them, see what they're all about. Anyways, I just want to bring up the whole subject again because just to see if anybody knew that, if anybody had any ideas and thoughts of that anymore, it'd be kind of just if there's any other potential like cities or locations or things to make something happen. I don't know. I just think it'd be a lot of fun. It's a lot of, obviously, there'd be a lot of logistics involved with that, you know, getting people from, you know, trains, planes, automobiles. But it would be, I don't know, I think it'd be kind of fun and something that we'll have to maybe look into doing depending on how things end up this year. The way I'm looking at it, I think we all just want to get through winter. And then once we get through winter, we can kind of start looking at the options. Plus, I'm already going to have, at least for sure, one confirmed trip to either California, Colorado, somewhere in that general, I don't know, C direction with the letter C, depending on how things go with power soccer. So I already have one guaranteed trip. So we'll see if I can figure out a good time for another one. It's probably more like end of summer, because that's when power soccer will be. I have a break. Totally Normal said he was watching it last night, and they get way into not safe for work stuff regarding disability sometimes. Yeah, I could see that. I think that there's, yeah, a lot of, I don't know, a lot of interest in sometimes those not safe for work topics and stuff to talk about sometimes. But yeah, that's good to know. Especially if you're like something you don't want to put on at work or something like that. Yeah, good. Well, yeah, we don't have to worry about schedules, right? With work. Well, that's most of us. I mean, there are going to be quite a few of us that will have work, but you're right. Majority of us don't, so it makes it a little bit easier on scheduling. All right, just a little bit. How far do you guys go on to local hikes? So, Sming, it kind of depends. It kind of depends on everyone's equipment, comfort level, ability level. We basically kind of judge it, and we kind of normally go anywhere from 3 to maximum of 9, depending on, like I said, equipment, stuff like that. So at a minimum, it's normally 3 to 5, kind of no matter what. That seems to kind of be the one that seems to work well with everyone. But there is a group of us that we've gone out and done like 9. Like to the point where our chair batteries are dead, or if not, extremely dangerously dead. It looks like we're going to be jumping right back onto the, yeah, we're going to be jumping back into the skydiving bit. Totally Normal was able to find Jacob's, I think it says 18,000 foot drop, skydiving. So I figured it'd be kind of a fun little video to put on. Let me get it brought over. Perfect. I'm assuming, is there music in this? Totally Normal? We should be okay, probably not, but well, I guess if I need to mute it, I will. It's that easy. Yeah, but it's okay to play. Yeah, I've heard that one before. Pretty sure. Alright, so if I get copyright strike on this video, everyone knows who to talk to. Just throwing it out there. Alright. In all seriousness, though.
Is the phenomenon of worry. The doctor tells you that you have to have an operation. And that has been set up so that automatically everybody worries about it. Since worrying takes away your appetite and your sleep, it's not good for you. So the doctor tells you not to worry because he wants you on the operating table in a state of good health, well rested, etc. But you can't stop worrying, and therefore you get additionally worried that you are worried,
Time to get out of here.
and therefore will not be in the right shape to be on the operating.
I see that, Orion.
And then, furthermore,
It's me.
because that is quite absurd,
I hope not.
you're mad at yourself because you do it. You are worried because you worry because you worry. that is a vicious circle.
This has got music for right now, so I muted it again, just in case. That's crazy. Man, look at his hands in the wind. That's so intense. Looks like he's upside down in the other scene. That's pretty cool. That's very dizzying. I've heard that part's got to be the hardest part. Is when that parachute pulls out. Awesome. That's great. Yeah, see the duct tape? Ah, it's the thumbs up. Okay, that's what he was trying to do there, or what he was doing. Yeah, Jacob's got tricep transplants. Yeah, that's so cool. You'll see that. No, no, no. It's still the same scene. We did not change scenes. I promise you. It stayed the same. If it didn't, then I don't know what to tell you. I swear, it's exactly the same. Most skybeam planes are perfectly good, though. Yeah, I mean, perfectly good. Air quotes, right? Yeah, that's. I didn't know that, Orion. And I just saw your message, Orion, on the Big Rich and Country Band that made you think of earlier. I just saw a photo of that. Sorry about that. I totally missed it. The drone shot in the first one helps keep you in the right upright position and slows you down. The main shot opens up and a single parachute to shock isn't that bad. Okay. That's good. I just always be worried about, like, whenever I see that in videos, there's like parachute first opens. It just looks like they get jerked pretty hard. So that's good to know. That's really cool. I just, yeah, I know that I would not have the muscle or body to handle anything like that. But that's really cool though. And I know he's done that a couple of times. It's not like it's a one-time thing for him. He's kind of likes the whole skydiving thing. He kind of got into it. And he's all about it. But yeah, there's no scene changes. You guys were expecting the den or something else. I don't have that many scenes, but I'm gonna have to yeah, I'm gonna have to get some different scenes for you guys because now I feel like I don't have enough scenes. You guys are gonna want like they're gonna need like the kitchen, the garage. I'm gonna have to get some different stuff put together for you guys. The older style too really had a snap. Oh yeah, okay. Hi, UG. How's it going? Welcome in. Welcome to chat. we're just talking about some skydiving and winter and all kinds of different things. Different live streams. Yeah, I feel like chat's actually been kind of we've been kind of all over a little bit today, which is good. I think this is what makes like the totally live streams the way to do it, because it could just be I don't know. It's fun that we can kind of come in here and get in chat and not have necessarily anything planned at all, and yet we still end up with having good conversation, good subject matter, and we make things work because of all of you, like awesome chat members. So thank you for everyone in live chat. I appreciate all of you. Really keep the conversation going when there's not a necessarily scheduled, planned thing. It's really awesome, and and we definitely love the disabled and dangerous is the title. Like, I just think that's just yeah, it's just yeah, you can't go wrong with disabled and dangerous. It's like the perfect name. So yeah, welcome in. You're a friend of duties. Well, yeah, we'll definitely welcome in. Everyone in chat is super friendly. If they're not, just let me know and I'll boot them out. No, I mean, partially kidding, but I'm not. Like, if anyone's ever rude to anybody, they would go away. But everyone here is always very nice. We have awesome chat members. So welcome in. So I was trying to figure out, like, if somebody's going to come across this video later on, they're like disabled and dangerous. They're going to be like thinking all kinds of different things. I'm trying to put like in my mind like disabled and dangerous and how to like come up with something that maybe I could make like a clip at the end or something we could include, throw people off, make people want to watch it. I mean, I couldn't think of anything quickly off the top of my head. I'm sure chat will. I'm sure you guys can come up with something. I mean, I guess technically there was Lidlock spinning his chair doing donuts. That's considered dangerous. I really wish that Wanzo or Totally Normal would have made a clip of the almost tipping the chair forward on one of those hikes. I wish I had like a permanent clip of that video just to be able to throw into OBS. Medicated and disorderly. I like that one too. I do have some other really funny ones saved up, but I'm not gonna share them with you guys because I want them to yeah, I want to keep that a little bit in the bedroom stream. I mean, I was thinking live from the office game. Yeah, no. Yeah, I think disabled and dangerous is like like it just totally like put the whole thing together, because sometimes having a disability can be dangerous, and dangerous for all kinds of different reasons. It could be for we could have any type of wheelchair situation where we could end up falling out of our chairs or end up falling out of a Hoyer, which I've experienced. Yeah, I mean, all kinds of yeah, it kind of means all kinds of things. Usually saying being disabled means toes to run over. I guess that has some vindication, right? It's like, I'm sorry, your toes are in my way. Definitely have had my fair share of toes that I probably ran over, including my own. I can't tell you how many times I ran over my own foot. Many times, especially in the old C300. That chair was always, yeah. Sphinx says he's in danger every time we do a toilet transfer. Woo. Yeah, I'm very, very fortunate that I have the Hoyer that I'm able to use and the ceiling to get me to and from chairs, including the shower chair. Because I used to do that transfer, but it's something I'm not able to physically do anymore. But yeah, I remember those transfers and how sketchy they can be sometimes. I mean, it's just dangerous in the mind of that. But I have to say, we definitely live streams completely. I think we covered the whole thing of random topics, which is kind of the whole thing. Sorry, I don't mean instead I'm disabled but not in a chair. Oh, okay. Yeah, totally not a problem. Yeah. No, you don't have to apologize for that at all. Like, yeah, it's totally fine. We're all of us. I mean, there was a time, many years ago that I wasn't in a chair. So I mean, the chair is not. This is a disabled, inclusive community for all disabilities. It doesn't have to be chair related at all or related subject matter. So anytime you want to bring up anything that's not that, that's totally okay. Totally all good. No, you didn't mislead anybody. It's all good. I had the new mission guy say, "Watch out!" Left the chair turned on. I looked at him and said, "Wait, there's an off." That's really funny. I mean, I can't tell you how many times that before I was a chair user, how many times I fell. Like I would just be out like walking, and then my legs would just give out for like no reason, and that's ended up breaking my ankle eventually, and ended up putting me in a chair. But for the longest time, walking around was always so sketchy because my balance was just absolutely horrible. Which is, yeah, I one thing I have to say that I wish I would have known about was standing frames. That's something that nobody ever really told me about when I was, I didn't have a lot of, I wasn't involved in a disabled community, many years ago. I wasn't involved with that, and because of that, I didn't know a lot of the things I know now that I wish I would have, including a standing frame. Like if I would have known that I could have had a frame, could have blocked my body into just that would hold me up and keep me from falling, just so I could kind of put weight onto bones, I would have done that for a long time. At least as far as till I could, How long have I been in a chair? So I've been in a wheelchair since 18. So we're at, that's 24 years? Yeah, so it's been a minute. But I've had a variety of chairs. But yeah, 24. Swings, again, got a lot they fall a lot too before your chair. Or you have fallen, sorry. White Raven said it happened to him a lot at school. Yep. No, especially at school. Like that was always the worst spot. Like at school or like big public places. Back when I could walk, that's how I ended up with over 15 concussions. Never had proper balance. Yep. Legs just decided to just go on vacation for a minute. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's one thing I have to say. I'm fortunate enough that I only landed on my face twice. First time, no problem. Second time, broke the nose. I guess technically, I did. I guess technically there was 3 other times after that I broke my nose again, but that doesn't count. We won't talk about that time. So broke the nose once and then continued broke it 3 other times. Crazy. I would and can knee drop with no warning. Yeah. I just think that's definitely one of those things considered dangerous part of it. In my mind, at least, I feel like that covers as a dangerous thing. And the other reason why I stuck with the title and the image that we showed earlier in the stream was just to show that I don't know, just like the try to be like a I don't know, a funny side. It's kind of the way my brain works. I thought it was kind of funny. I know it's not funny saying the word disabled and dangerous together, but it just kind of went with me, and I saw it like, oh, that's perfect. That's a great name for a title. It's not for everyone, and I hope it does not offend anybody. I'm not trying to make anything offensive with that title or image. It's just more of a kind of a pun of a funny. So I'm gonna pull up. Speaking of safety, let's talk about something about safety, because now we're kind of going down the whole safety thing of past things that have happened. How many of you remember the wheelchair hike from last year where Wanzo got stuck in the mud and somebody had to tow him out, and then I did the epic stoppie? Do you guys remember that video? I don't remember exactly when it was, exactly date-wise, but let me pull. All right, let me pull this up so you guys can get a good. This is what not to do. Okay, this is a warning for all video coming up. Is this is not okay to do? Do not do this. You have been warned. Be safe out there, people.
Where's the runway ramp?
Dude, we don't need a runaway ramp here. We've seen really good brakes.
No, he's tipping forward now.
So, what you heard there was my foot plates hitting the ground, keeping me from going over. That was quite the yeah, that was quite the bad idea. So learn from my mistakes. Don't do that. And if it wasn't for my, if it was not for the larger anti-tippers on my chair, I would have been gonzer. Like there wouldn't be a Ryan here at all. Um, that was a very, very dumb thing to do. Never gonna do that again. And the thing that doesn't tell you is that those anti-tippers that come with the Pro Wheel are really small, and they wouldn't have worked in that environment because that was like, what was the grade of that hill? Totally normal. What would you say how steep that was? And the video doesn't do it justice. Like that's like well over a 10% grade, like down. And it was just as soon as I let go of the brakes, and I should have known better that my brakes were turned up on high. Remember we kind of talked about earlier that I kind of drive around with my brakes on high, but man, that was sketch. Let's just say it took about, I think 3 months for my back to recover from that. So 12, 14%. There we go. Yeah, it was pretty steep. We don't need no ramp. Honestly, I think I should get a still shot of that and put that on a t-shirt that says we don't need a runway ramp. I think that'd be a great t-shirt. That should be my first shirt I should do. Yeah, I'm looking. I had my harness and seatbelt on, so I was able to stay in the chair. But yeah, that was the oh crap moment. Let's see. Yeah, it would like you definitely should have anti-tippers, especially you. I've seen some of your videos, sir. I mean that in a nice way. I thought about doing that since getting front-wheel drive, doing some stoppies. Yeah, I mean, you can do it, but just be warned, the chair might continue to keep going forward if your anti-tipper wheels are too small. Could be dangerous. I have larger, like, what I think they're 120 millimeter inline skate wheels on the front. So they're a little bit, they're probably like, the standard ones are probably, I think, are like 60 millimeter or 80 millimeter. And the runs I'm running now are like 125 in the front, just to keep it from tipping. Because I've had a few close calls. I think it was actually, like, it was like the third hike that we did together as a wheelchair hiking group that I ended up tipping forward. And after that, I went on eBay. I bought the anti-tippers and then put larger anti-tippers on the front of it. Thank goodness for eBay and Promobile parts. So if everybody's looking for anti-tippers or Promobile, eBay is your friend. Lots of anti-tippers available, or at least there was. Yeah, luckily I've only done that twice as far as almost falling out. That's a lot of times, Lidlock. I've had a lot of friends who have done similar to that though, Lidlock. Tons of times of being ejected out of chairs for different reasons. Yeah, 120 millimeter. Let me see. I will find you a photo, sir. They don't really, I wish I had like a comparison of them, but I don't. But at least I can show you them up close, and you'll be able to see them. But yeah, they're larger, not like anything like super large, but large enough to at least keep me from having any type of major problem. I think. All right, there we go. I have a photo I can show you that's safe to show on screen. There you go. So it's much larger than the standard Promobile one. Like I said, it's about 125 millimeter versus I think the Promobile one's like only like 80. So it's much larger. It's just a large inline skate wheel, and yeah, it's a little bit closer to the ground than the regular one. So So if you're looking to upgrade at all, I suggest doing it just out of safety, especially if you, I don't know, ever have a close call and you actually get the chair tipped up on its front. You'll just want to have those wheels touch the ground first. Now, I have to say though, Sming, there has been some issues where if something is steep, like I've been in downtown Portland, and there's been crosswalks where the cement would go down, but it would be really steep to go back up onto the sidewalk. And sometimes the anti-tippers would hit first. And then I'd have to make sure I carried enough speed for the big wheels to catch. So that's really the only time, but it's only on really steep, like sidewalks that I've had issues with. So I definitely recommend that to anybody to do. Ludlock said never came with it. Yeah, if you went for the faster motor package on the newer Permobiles, you're required to get them. I opted out for without the faster motors, but I determined the faster motors are not really faster motors. It's technically kind of programming, from what I have seen, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but I feel like that's, yeah. The ones in the forefront, yeah, I think the ones in the forefront are very similar size, Orion. Well, hopefully you didn't throw them away there, Lidlock. Some random pedestrians picked me up as well as my chair. Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad you're able to get picked up. Angles are your friends at those transition spots. Yeah, they can't be. Except for that big mud puddle at the very bottom of them. Oh. And I can't wait to get some footage of downtown Portland of how how come sidewalks down there could just be completely almost impassable. Oh yeah, 8.5 miles an hour. Yeah, that's, geez, the doc, you got some stories. Yeah, I honestly feel like, for me personally, I feel like 6.5 in the F3 is pretty fast. I feel like 8 would be convenient for like longer trips because you go 8 miles and in an hour would be pretty awesome to cover that kind of ground. But yeah, it's, I don't know. 6.5 can sometimes be a little sketch, especially if you're not paying attention. Like, you really got to pay attention. Ah, your next year will be a bounder. There you go. Oh, Lilac had custom gears. Okay, but that would make sense. You get custom gears. Ah, angles meaning hitting them at a diagonal at the transitions. That's true. Kind of being like a load lighter, Orion. Got to hit it just at the right angle to get up out of there. Yeah, I would want something larger for that speed. Yeah. Well, I mean, a bounder for sure. Like a bounder, I feel like it's a kind of a bigger chair that would keep things a little bit safe. I would say I would love to have a bounder just for have that range. If I could have that kind of range and even like 8, 9, 10 miles an hour on a chair, that'd be amazing. And I'd have to have a seat elevator. That'd be another requirement. Seat elevator, heavy duty chair, tons of range. Honestly, I'd almost be happy if they would just make the F3 go a little bit faster. Maybe, I don't know. I know it's kind of counterproductive what I just said, but just a little bit faster and get like a, lithium ion battery pack for this thing. So I can go, 30 miles. Because there's been times I've done, almost 10 miles, but the chair died before I could get to 10 miles. So it'd be nice to have just a little bit more mileage. Those VS motors you gave me years ago for the Seafinder work nice, though. It's a big chair. That's true. I forgot I gave you those motors. And I actually realized I do have some other motors I found recently in my collection. I need to figure out what they're off of, what they're for, and what to do with them. Because I don't need extra motors laying around. They're not Permobile motors. I don't know what they came off of. I'll have to go and look. My F5 goes 7.5. Small wheelbase. I feel that's enough for me anyways. Yeah, and I feel like the F5's got enough of a little bit larger base compared to the F3 that makes it a little bit more like feeling safer to grow at 7.5. I feel like 7.5 would be I'd be okay with F3. If F3 could go 7.5 and have like 30-mile range, I'd be happy. If that's possible. My power manual is lithium, but it drives like a dune buggy. Yeah, there's a couple fellow wheeler friends that I have, and manual chairs that they have. I can't think of the name of it. It's one's got like the front wheel and it clips on the front of their manual chair and picks up the front wheels, and they're able to go, uh, pretty like I think like 30, 40 miles on the lithium charge. I forget what brand it is that he has, but oh yeah, Firefly. Thank you, Lidlock. Thanks for the term. Yeah, he has a Firefly. He loves it. And he recently bought some like crazy batteries off of like internet somewhere. They're like more powerful than the standard batteries, and the thing does like 12, 13 miles an hour, which is just insane. But it's pretty cool. The only thing I have to say about the Firefly for him is it doesn't do well. It actually does pretty decent off road, but he's looking into trying to get a hold of another one so he can have one for like with a more meaty tire on it for like when he goes to the beach or something like that to help pull him around. It's hard when it's front wheel drive to be pulled instead of like something behind you being pushed. So, you've seen the Baltec before on wheels, no heels. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I've heard of that one, but I'm sure it's very similar to the Permobil one, right? That clips on the back of a manual chair. You guys know which one I'm talking about? I forget what it's called. But there's that one that clips on the back of Permobils. Smart Drive. Yes, thank you, Lidlock. No, she's a great YouTube person for sure. I follow her on Instagram. Always making some good stuff, causing some good laughs. But yeah, you're right. It's called Smart Drive. Has anybody swapped over their chairs to lithium? Anybody in chat? I know there's a couple people that live up in Washington State that got lithium ion in their chairs. They were able to get fit, but it's like putting a bicycle in front of your chair. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I had a bike similar to Baltec. Loved it, but it was so tipsy sideways. After I tipped over with my hip on the curb, I didn't feel safe anymore driving it. Yeah, I feel like sometimes they can be tippy depending on how they're set up and whatnot. Yours is the Mandalorian chair. That sounds like an interesting style. Mandalorian. Got some. I have to kind of visualize that. Mandalorian color scheme, or we're talking like Mandalorian, like you got some awesome like added metal to it. Because that I think would look really cool. I wanted the able twin or emotion wheels with the sensors or in the push room seems sketch. See link above. I missed a link. Oh, I can't see links. Links don't come through and chat at all. Yeah, links are blocked out on. Or are you talking about the wheels no heels? The Mandalorian chair. Got it. Checking the link now. Sweet. I'm gonna pop this up on the share this with everyone. Pretty sweet. I don't think I've heard of this person before. So this is a company called Bailey Built. Affordable lightweight power chairs for those that need them. And they're pretty awesome looking. Kind of a combination of like power meets manual. Like combination. That's really awesome. Let's assume we have a gallery here. These are pretty awesome looking. It looks like it's got really decent size. It looks like it's got frog legs in the front. What kind of speed can you get with one of these? It's pretty awesome. I love the larger tires, and I love the the anti-tipper. That's awesome. Ooh, with the check that. Look at that cell phone charging. I don't. Oh, I'm assuming the knob must be power on and off. Cigarette plug and a light. That's really awesome. Okay, you can get some other lights underneath. Oh, it's got lights on the side too. Wow. Okay, looks like it's got different light bar options. That's cool. Looks like it's got like different size. Oh, I see. It's got some that are power, some that are manual. Sweet. I love the close-up photos. Okay, now that's awesome. Those tires, that's pretty sweet. That thing's probably got a really nice ride, especially not having any suspension. Well, it has a frog leg, but just having the air tubes, that'd be huge. Oh, this one's yours? This one? It's a super large tires? Or did I go past it? Oh, the one with the big light bar. Where was that one? This one? Oh, yeah. See the sticker. Okay. That's an awesome light bar, dude. Yeah, I see the Mandalorian sticker now, so that's really awesome. Is there any other photos of your Mandalorian style chair? Or close-ups? No, it looks like that was... Or maybe it's this... Oh, this is it. Oh, here it is. This is your chair. Nice. I like it, dude. Looks very comfortable. How do those front tires ride? Are those air in the front? Bummer it's not RNet. Yeah, I'd be curious as to what motors are on there. And what control system that is. Because, man, whatever the motors are, it'd be interesting to see. Yeah, it doesn't have a whole lot of details. Oh, no, they're solid. Okay. Sweet. Well, thanks for sharing that link, sir. That's awesome. There are certain manual chair manufacturers that designed their chairs to work with spot that thing. Maybe they're safe. Okay. Albert Twin are power assist wheels. Okay. Is that what wheels that those are, lid locked? They're redesigned to make motors and electronics in-house. Okay. Well, I'll just be curious as to what motors that they're actually using on there, because it'd be interesting to see if you could upgrade that to like an RNet system. It might be a little bit dangerous to have like a 120 amp controller on that, but that would be totally awesome to have that. I'm all about like slapping 120 amp controllers into things that I can. I've already did that with some old P200 motors. Let me tell you, add 120 amps to those things, and it wakes it right on up. Right? Just to have like this set, yeah, that kind of power. Like it's, I don't know, it's dangerous, but it's fun. I still want to build my own custom hiking chair. It's still something I want to do and have in my mind to do. I just gotta find some funding to put together to do something like that and have somebody custom weld up a chassis like I have, kind of like my soccer chair, but more of an off-road version of my soccer chair is what I want to custom build with like ATV tires, but I want to have it so it's just wide enough that it fits on a ramp, but not too wide that it doesn't fit on a standard ramp. So that's going to be the hard part, is getting something that has really good suspension, fits on a wheelchair ramp, and has large tires. So you can go to snow, beach, all that kind of thing. Do I have any pictures? Nope, no pictures. It's going to be, I can show you pictures of what it's going to be kind of based off of, but I don't have any of my drawings and things I have together of it. I'm not at that point, I feel like, to do anything quite yet with them. But when I get to that point, I will let you guys know. I got a long way to go still. It's going to be quite some time. just because of just the way, yeah, the way timing is on everything right now. It's gonna take some time before I can get that together. I already have a good game plan of what it is I want to do and how I'm gonna do it. There we go. Here's a good photo. Okay, so I know it's a lot of color going on here, so you kind of have to kind of see what's what. But basically, this is the standard frame with a cross tube across. It's kind of like an H frame in a way. If you get rid of the seat, you get rid of these extra things, get rid of the green things. It's basically got standard foot plates. I think these are off of I forget what type of manual chair these are off of. I think a Tylite manual chair wheels. P200 motors. A custom cooled 120 amp controller with 3 fans underneath it, keeping it cool. Yeah, it's all RNet system. But just imagine without these hoop fenders, really large off-road tires here. Instead of these casters, I want to do casters off of those. What do you call those lawnmowers? The ride-on lawnmowers, the stand-up ones. They have gigantic, huge, like 8-inch tire front forks. So I would put that on the front, like large, huge 8-inch tires there. The big off-road ones here. And then probably no suspension in the front really at all, but in the back, doing a custom suspension that yeah, I can't get into details about because it's something I've never seen before on a power chair. So I want to try to build it and see if it's something that can actually work. There's no guarantees that it's actually going to work. Oh my gosh, we came back to an ad. Back to desktop real quick. God, love ads. That's the second ad we had. Here's a better view of it without the seat. Gives you a little bit better without the controller. But yeah, this is kind of shows you the frame. So kind of imagine without the bumper or anything, but just basically a H kind of frame with the large tube to connect the front, and as square into battery box. That's really wasn't really too hard of a frame here to make, but I want to be able to, yeah, back to the bedroom, right? Yes, we'll be back in the bedroom now. Coming up next. Let's see. I have a feeling it's gonna be. Hey, look at that! Told you guys, make it over to the kitchen. Remember? Hey, at least it beats the it beats the bedroom, right? Yeah, thanks. That's yeah. So is that let me catch up here on chat. I'm way behind. It's more about torque than speed. Yeah, for sure. Do you have some SolidWorks files on GitHub? No, that was something I told my uncle. I'm like, hey, I need you to put this together, and he was able to weld it together. So, Tom Sever said you found tractor tires that would fit the standard Peterbilt split rim M300. Ooh, that's awesome. Did I bootleg a Strike Force? No, my frame design's very different than a Strike Force, but looks similar to a Strike Force. But no, it is completely different. Sunrise. Yep. Welcome in, Marco. Maybe those balloon wheels will work a bit like the X8. Yeah. Very cool design. Coffee. Wait, there's coffee? Where's there? Is there coffee in the background? I see like some. Oh yeah, look, the coffee cup back there. Oh, it's supposed to be a coffee place. Oh, I just noticed the coffee and stuff on the wall. There you go. I moved to a coffee shop. Have I ever seen a Coyote Outlander? No, I have not. I will Google that. I have a feeling. I'm assuming that's a type of chair. Okay, let me pull it up here on YouTube. Gonna have to do it without audio because, well, just because, in case it's copyright music or anything. Wow, that is a crazy looking chair. Never. What are these run? It kind of looks very similar to not a wheelchair design. That's really cool. But the only thing I don't like about that is you got to bring like a trailer or something else with it. You can't fit it into a car with you. I mean, you could like in the back, but not like up a ramp, you know? Looks like it's 4-wheel drive. Looks like a pretty cool product for sure. That's so cool. What kind of range or anything that it gets. I will go ahead and I will post this video in chat. You guys can go and take a look at it. Oh, all right, Dee Dee. Thanks for being on. We appreciate it. Oh, that chair would kill your back. Yeah, mine too, Dee Dee. It's a really epic looking chair. And I just actually noticed what time it is already. Man, time has already flown by. We're getting down to that, or actually we're already at that, you know, the good old Ryan time limit. But I will put a video to that if anybody wants to go and get more details about that. Here's a link to that video. Yeah, I just realized what time it is. I will have to be ending the stream myself. But listen, thank you again, guys, for being here today. And like I said, wouldn't be able to have an awesome stream without you guys. And yeah, you guys know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you're new to the channel, you can follow me on all the awesome socials at rycandoit. That's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that jazz. And I guess YouTube. I don't know when YouTube's going to launch those handles, but hopefully soon. And I will be seeing some of you on Totally Normal's stream tomorrow. So yeah, good night, Dee Dee, and good night to everyone else. And yeah, thank you again for being here, guys. And remember, if Rye can do it, so can you. And you guys have a great night. Yes, well said, Sping. Night all, stay positive. All right, good night, everyone, and Happy New Year's. In case I didn't say it earlier. All right, okay, seriously, go on this time. Okay, bye, everyone.